welcome to the Swiss capital of Bern, which tonight is hosting the first stop on the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup. And let me tell you, we've got 2 hours of incredible action to look forward to. Very shortly, we're going to kick off with the women's finals, and then the men's finals will follow after that. And it's going to be I've been watching all afternoon in the qualifiers, and there are some familiar names and there are some new names to look forward to as well. So wherever you are in the world, welcome, willkommen, bienvenue. Probably got just enough time to go and grab yourself a beer or a coffee, depending on where you are in the world, and then we'll be back very shortly. My name's Tarquin Cooper, and I will be commentating throughout the evening. So don't go away, we'll be kicking off very shortly. Great, so the action is going to kick off very shortly. I'm here in the commentators box with a very honourable guest. It is Kevin Lindlaw. So welcome, Kevin.
Well, thanks for having me.
First question is, how come you guys are here?
So we're just trying to get some early season training in. Currently in North America, we've had a few comps, but there's not much leading up to the World Cup, so this is just a great way to get some practice in before some of the larger comps get going for the year.
And how have you got on today?
It was all right. The route setting was great, so nice and technical. Unfortunately, I had a pop halfway up one of my qualifier routes, so that puts me here. But nonetheless, it was great practice and super fun climbing.
And what can you tell us about the style of the features, the style of the route? It's not the longest route. I mean, it's only about 14 meters, but maybe some of the features are quite interesting. It seems there's quite a lot of stone.
Yeah, so especially here with being the shorter routes, they tend to make them much more technical. Stone holds are a great way of doing so. Most of these stone holds have no texture to them, so they're very body tension intensive, making it so you have to keep perfect body position on all of the holds to make sure you stay on and don't slip off.
So there aren't nice kind of little notches on every hold?
Sadly, no.
and if there are, maybe you probably don't know where they are.
Exactly. You spend some time hunting there, which really drains a lot of your energy. So it's very intensive as far as using body energy, as well as trying to move quickly to get to the top in your time limit for climbing.
But for your feet, it's all plywood, so that's pretty straightforward?
Yeah, for the most part. It does make it difficult sometimes, especially when you don't know where the good spot on the hold is, trying to figure out where your feet should be to keep the proper body position. Just practice over time kind of helps with that, but it is difficult on site, especially like most of our finalists will have to do tonight.
So who have you seen any interesting athletes this evening, either the women or the men, who's really caught your eye and you think could do well tonight?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a ton. Cora Lee from France and Marianne Thomas, they always do great. Marianne from the Netherlands, another great contender for the women, so we'll see them getting started shortly. The Ladevant brothers climbing today, and yeah, there's just tons of amazing climbers out here that are going to be getting going.
So I think we've just completed the observation round. When you get 5-6 minutes to observe the route, what are you kind of looking for?
Really looking just for more technical spots that you have to worry about later on, and trying to find the correct hold sequences for your hands as you're going up. That really can be a drain on your time. You have a short period of time to climb these routes, and especially when it's technical holds, it's very important that you know your hand positions before getting going. Otherwise, you can waste precious seconds trying to figure it out while you're up on the wall.
I mean, you get some athletes who are down there with the binoculars on and notepad and pen. Are you one of those kind of guys?
Personally, no. I have a hard time remembering it, so I try to remember the first third of the route or so and then see where it goes from there. But for most people, it is really helpful using binoculars. seeing what the correct spot of the hold to be to grab. Then for those who are going later on in the finals, it's more helpful to write a note down or draw the route so you can go over it in your head over and over in isolation before climbing. So you know the proper sequence once you get started right off the start hold, and you can just execute from the ground up.
How much hard, how hard is it sitting in isolation zone? That must be quite trying on the mind. You're playing tricks. You're not allowed a phone.
Yeah, it's hard, especially sometimes you can hear the crowd
look,
outside.
We can see we've got, so Cora Fogel is first to take off. Well, we'll see. Fogel actually means bird, so maybe she will take off. We saw her earlier today in the qualifiers, and she is a very strong athlete, only 20 years old. So she's come up through the youth championships and making already easy work of the first move. A little bit of a Stein there. How important is it to get the start right? I guess that sort of sets your mind for the rest of the route.
It really does. So it can be a mental battle, and especially at the start, having a nice smooth transition from the get-go off can really help with your tempo and keep you going. Sometimes you'll see climbers who start off too quickly and their pace will slow, and it's really difficult to get it going again. So trying to build slowly into it seems to be a really positive way of starting a route, and she seems to be doing that right now.
So Cora was here last year and came 8th, so she will be looking to do a little bit better than that this time around. But she's already done so well to actually just get to the finals. That's always not a guarantee.
Yeah, she climbed great today. It was awesome seeing her moving very smoothly over the wall and through all the holds very precisely. So yeah, excited to see what she does here in finals.
And a fantastic atmosphere here. There are hundreds of fans and other climbers. We're at this amazing venue called O Block, which is the main dry tooling venue and climbing centre in Bern. So Switzerland's capital. It's one of those pub quiz questions always comes up. What's the capital of Switzerland? It's actually a trick question because you're thinking, oh, it's Geneva or it's Zurich, or it's actually not. It's Bern, which is actually the 4th or 5th largest city.
Yes, definitely a cool spot for sure.
So here we go. Cora's looking good. She's got clip 7. Just reaches up with a long reach there with the left hand. So important to have good footwork, kicking in and get that tension.
Yeah, she's moving really well so far on these earlier moves in the route. Soon it's going to start getting a little bit more overhung, and on these technical stone holds, it's definitely going to be more precision required, but she's moving great so far.
So these stone holds, there's a little bit of a local story to them. Some of them come from Kandersteg. They're the limestone ones, and there are also some granite ones. I think that's a granite one that Cora is on there. Very long reach. She's got it with the second attempt.
Awesome, yeah, big move there. She killed it.
You can see from her breath, it is pretty chilly here this evening. A little bit fresh.
Yeah, temperatures are dropping. It's definitely a nice temperature to climb in, though, especially, yeah.
So she's going into the Fig 4 there. Now, explain to people who are new to the sport, what is it, why do you do the Fig 4? Is it just about getting a better stability, or is it helping with the reach?
So figure 4, when it's on a flat wall like this, is really beneficial, especially when it's on a technical hold, because with your pick, there's different angles and different positions on an ice tool. When you figure 4 on second position, it drops your pick angle down, so you're more secure in the hold. So it makes making large moves on insecure holds much more stable and less likely to pop.
So Cora's doing great, but we're down to the last minute. She's only got a minute left, swinging out onto that barrel. So she will be aware of the clock now ticking, 60 seconds.
Yeah, she's in a difficult position here. You can see the plywood ends on the left, and there's a yellow wall. She's not allowed to kick into this area, so it makes body positioning very difficult trying to make a large move up from here to the next stone hold.
Do you want to keep your feet on the plywood or maybe go into another Fig 4 here?
That's a tough decision. It's kind of climber's preference here, but it seems that a figure 4 would be the next best move to get up there. However, if she can get her feet nice and far right, it seems like she might be able to pull her body over, but we'll have to wait and see what she does.
Well, whatever she does, she can't hang around. She's got 30 seconds left. And if she's to stand any chance of topping out, she's got to get a move on. She's going for a quick shake there. By now, you're going to be feeling the pain, feeling a little bit of the muscles screaming and shaking out the arms. But she's looking for still very strong.
Yeah, great lock off. Held it nice and stable.
There's no shaking. And that is the clock. So fantastic effort there from the 20-year-old Swiss girl. She looks pretty wasted, but pleased. So next up we have Annabelle Bouchardon from France. So she, in the qualifiers, she topped on one route, and but only on one route, one of the two. So we'll have to see what she is capable of. The French team have come out here in force. Have you seen all the French guys?
Yeah.
The youth guys have brought. They're actually the only team who have brought their coach with them, which is interesting. They seem to be taking the sport very seriously. Annabelle herself is only 17 years old. So she did very well in Oulu in Finland last year. So we shall see what she's up to. There's Cora. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to Cora. We're hoping that someone will send over the athletes and hear how it went. So it'd be great if someone gives her a wave and sends her our way. So what are you doing next? So this is the first stop on the tour, and so next weekend is Czech Republic. Are you going to be there as well, Kevin?
Yeah, so a few of the U.S. climbing members will be traveling over there, and that'll be our last comp before the World Cup competition. So trying to get the most out of our practice before getting going. So a bit of a shout out to the U.S. team. Who is here? Oh, so we have a new member, Dan. We have Joe and Andrew, so 3 of our new members. They've been training really hard and excited to get going, yeah, the season. So look, we're kicking off now with Annabelle. She is lining up at the start and about to kick in. And the clock has started. There are only 4.5 minutes on this route. Here's Cora. So look, let's have a quick chat with Cora. Thank you, Kevin, so much. We'll see you again soon. So, just while Annabelle makes the first few moves, it's great to talk to Cora. Welcome. How was it? How was it for you? Did you feel?
It was really cool. Yeah, and I enjoyed the moves. They were good. Yes.
And the clock, was it quite tough? Because you seemed like you were going strong, but you just ran out of time.
Yes, I think I should have moved faster.
A little bit of a slip there from Annabelle.
Oh yeah.
She's a strong climber, isn't she? You've seen her today. What's
Yes.
your perspective on Annabelle?
I think she's quite a young climber because I haven't seen her the last season. But she's really strong, and I find it cool that new young ones come up.
That's great. Yeah, because you're still young yourself. Only 20 years old, aren't you?
Yes. Exactly.
Well, so are you happy you're going to be in Czech Republic again next weekend?
Exactly. Yes.
So you're feeling happy with that?
Yes, I'm really looking forward.
Good. Well, thank you. Let's go back to the action now. So thank you very much. Come and talk to us later.
Thank
We'd love
you.
to hear more. So well done.
Thank you.
So. So Annabelle Bouchardon, she's just popped there at clip number 7. She will be disappointed, but also she's so young. She's only 17, so this is a start of a very promising career. She's got a lot of potential, and that's the great thing about the European Cup. Actually, here in Bern, there are a lot of veterans of the World Tour here, so it's quite an intimidating place to be. So it's great to see some young climbers coming through, and she'll definitely be back for more. So hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to Annabelle. So wherever you are in the world, we'd love to hear from you, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, whether you're in Asia, Europe or the Americas. Tell us where you are and who you're supporting. Maybe you're a climber yourself. So next up we have Vivian Labaril from Switzerland. So she's just warming up. She would have been visualizing the route. So Vivian is also only 20 years old. She's going to be 21 next month. And she's got a spare 5 minutes. Go and Google her on Ninja Warrior. She's once took part in an episode of that, which makes for entertaining. But I can tell you that she makes a better ice climber. Very strong, looking very strong earlier. She topped on one of her qualifiers earlier today. So you also have to admire her style. Just look at the pink tape on her tools and those red boots. And her climbing style is looking very strong. Nice side pull there. And looking very steady with her feet. Amazing long reach there to get that hold. Has she got it? Kicks up. And she's got the 7th clip. So she's holding attention there and reaching out, making very fast work of this. She's really attacking this route. With 4.5 minutes to do this route, it is not long at all. It's not a speed event, but the clock is ticking. She goes up into the 4. Now for those of you who are new to the sport, the figure 4 just helps with the stability. Now she goes for that undercling, that undercut then, uses a stein. It's very stable and it allows her to stand up high, but it is pretty strenuous on the arms. Tool in the mouth as she clips number 8. First time. Now with each attempt, your energy diminishes. She's got it with the second go, and the crowd are cheering her on. She is looking very strong there. Just a mono points into the plywood. Reaches up to get that stone. As I was saying to Kevin was explaining earlier, these holds aren't, many of them do have a little pre-drilled divot to put the pick of your tool, but a lot of them don't. So you've got to get your body position absolutely right. That's not the case here. As she moves onto the barrel, those little green circles are pre-drilled, so you just got to hook your tool in. Now, when I was speaking to one of the route setters earlier, he let on a little secret that it'll probably be easier to keep your feet on the main wall and not swing out. And that's exactly what Vivian is doing, showing great technique. She reaches up for that stone. Tool in the mouth. Is she going to make the 9th clip? Excuse me, the 10th clip. She's got it. Little shake out of the right hand, but she's still got another 2 clips to go with a minute to play with. And this is, of course, where the route gets steeply overhanging. So she gets the stein with her right hand, the tool in the mouth, matches it with the left. Reaches up. Can she get it? Does it stick? Yes, it does. Into the 4. Oh, look who we've got. We have got Annabelle. Come over here. Come to my right. You still have your helmet on. So look, just hang on a second, because we're just going to watch. We've just got 40 seconds left of Vivian. And let's just see how she does. Is that a hard hold? Is that one of the metal ones? It is.
It's like a little bit of metal, and you have really to catch it in time.
Oh, listen to the crowd giving her some love. If you're on Facebook, give some comments. Bit of encouragement. 5 seconds. Can she make the clip? It's going to be close. We will have to wait and see what the judges say. It was right on the clock. And she's off. So Annabelle, anyway, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
How was it? How do you feel?
It was a bit rough for me because my glove stayed stuck in the quick draw. And after that I had some hard time to recover and to get into my climbing back, so it didn't work out, but anyway.
How much of a pressure is the clock? Because it is only 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know that you have to climb fast, but sometimes you have hard moves and you don't know if you will have to take time to do the moves or like speed on and take the risk to fall. So
going for those long reaches, I mean, to those people who can't see, you're not the tallest. How tall are you?
I'm 156.
156. So is it hard for you to make the span there, or do you have to compensate with your legs?
Actually, we have a lot of not being very tall, but during the climbing. I also have a short ice axis, but I don't think that's really a problem. You just have to push harder and yeah.
So do you want to stay on while we have Marianne van der Steen come on?
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get your perspective.
Yeah, well, I don't have much of perspective higher than a certain point, but...
Oh, I'm sure you do. So Marianne is an absolute legend from the Netherlands, but she did let on last night that she's only been able to train for 3 weeks. So let's see how she gets on. She looks strong during the qualifiers, and she's here with her husband, Dennis. So she's kicking in, and she's off. The clock has started 4.5 minutes. What's going through your mind at the start? Are you even thinking about anything, or is it just about make those first few moves?
Yeah, I think really to reach the next one, and trying to go as fast as possible and as high as possible.
Marianne is looking very steady. Goes for that Stein with the left hand. How did you find the style of this route? Is it what you're used to?
I would say that I did recognize that style on other competitions, even if I did just a few. But yeah, I really enjoy it because we don't used to those holds.
Because there aren't so many sort of intellect holds, you know, those type of holds where you have like a little pre-drilled divot in them.
Yeah.
It's more, it seems to be more stone.
Yeah, usually we have these Russian holes with the little metal plaques.
Yes.
Here we don't have them, but instead we have other metal holes, so it's interesting too.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Annabelle. Well done, and we'll see you again very soon, we hope.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're just joined by Vivian.
Hey guys.
Hey, so look, let's see how, check in with Marianne. So well done. How did you, the clock just ran out, didn't it, for you?
Yeah, I thought it will be the clock because it's a really long route and you have to go so fast to top it.
Yeah.
But I'm super happy with my climb, and so the result doesn't matter.
So what will be going through Marianne's mind right now? Are you thinking about the clock at this stage?
You're not really thinking about the clock, but you think sometimes it feels insecure and you think I just have to go, go, go. Even if it doesn't feel good, just go. And I think right now she's thinking, oh God, will this
hold?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks super unsteady.
Yeah. But
And
she knows she has to go.
You just got to make the move, haven't you?
Yes.
But how difficult is it to get the precision just right? Because you've got to get the tool in exactly the right place, haven't you?
When the holes are good, it's not so probably, but you see there at clip 11, the green one, there are just so small holes.
Yeah.
And when you're stressed, it's super hard to find the right one.
Well, Marianne has 1 minute and 50 left to get there, but she makes the 9th clip.
Yes. So she looks strong.
She does look strong, and she's one of the more experienced athletes in the women's lineup. She's been around for about 10 years, competing.
Oh, she skipped it, I think. Or maybe not. Now she goes to the barrel.
She's off to the barrel there. Into the 4.
Wow.
So that's new. Oh, a little bit of a slip there.
You have to be careful with the red lines there, that you don't stand on it or something.
Interesting, she's going a different way. You stuck to the plywood. You stuck to the main wall.
Yes. But it looks that it works out really good. Again, 1 minute.
So has she just climbed? She's just made the 10th clip. Now here comes the hard part, isn't it?
Yes.
So this must be pretty brutal on your forearms now. You're starting to get a bit pumped.
Yeah, I mean, you're already pumped from the other moves.
Yeah, you get an idea now of just how small the holds are.
Yes.
The pick is on almost nothing.
You have to go
And that
high.
undercling and put everything onto it. Long reach there.
Wow.
That's incredible. Into the 4. Can she make the 11? 15 seconds left. It's going to be tough. She's going to have to pull every sinew in her body, and she's just come to the worst hold. But it looks like she's got it.
Oh, a little bit of struggle there.
A little bit of a struggle. Can she do it? It's all over
It's time out.
for Marianne van der Steen. The time is over.
Wow. I hope Sina will top it. She's a super fast
I
climber.
don't think she's aware. So an interesting question, when you're really pumped, you're out of breath. With every sport that you do, it's so important to get your breathing under control, to try and slow your heart rate. How hard is it to do that when you have a tool in your mouth? Does that make much of an impact? Is it quite awkward?
I think you get used to it. Because we do it during training, we do it during the competitions, you really get used to it. But at the beginning it's super hard to breathe well.
And is the weight? I mean, this sounds probably a stupid question, but your teeth, it's like 500, 600 grams, a nice tool. Do you have to get it in the right place?
Yes, because if not, I'm pretty sure it will fall off. And I had a lot of times where I had to replace it, that it don't fall off. So
you have a very nice pink tape.
yes.
I noticed. So yeah, that looks very stylish.
Yeah, it's because it's like a sport where you need a lot of force, and it's more for men's. So I thought I have to do it a little bit more like woman. So I used the pink shoes and the pink tape.
But the pink clashes with your boots, which are red.
No, it's pink.
So next up, from France, we have Coralie Jarry. And she is 34 years old. And she will be looking to put in an incredible effort because, and I hope I'm not betraying her confidence here, but this will be her last season competing on the UIAA Ice Climbing World Tour. And she's been an amazing athlete. She's been around for, 5-6 years, I think, 2015. Primary school teacher from France. And I think she's going to show the rest of us a lesson tonight. What do you think? Strong athlete?
She's really strong, and I hope she will enjoy her last season as much as possible. And I hope she will success.
So here she goes. The clock is ticking. Goes for that side pull.
You have to be
And
so
make-
concentrated.
How do you get there to make those side pulls work? I guess you've got to have them weighted so much, haven't you?
Yes, you have to look at your feet, that you stand in the right position, that you can't pop off of the holes.
And what's it like doing it at night with the light? Did that affect you?
Not really. You don't recognize it, but it's so much fun to climb in this crowd here. It's so cool. I love it.
There's definitely an amazing atmosphere, good vibes.
Yes.
Could you hear everyone shouting when you were on the roof?
Yes.
There were definitely a lot of cheers. Oh, just got a tool snag there. And you know, there's only a small mistake, but you don't want to be making any mistakes. They can all be costly.
If you have so
Now this
less
looks
time.
like a really solid Stein if you can get it. Once you've got it,
Yeah.
you can really just kick up with your legs.
And go for it.
Go for it. But it's quite, she just gets the 8 there. It's quite strenuous though, isn't it? Is it quite hard on the arms?
Yes.
When you're,
So I needed 2 attempts because at the first I couldn't make it, and I think you do it dynamic or static, but I'm more the dynamic tube, so she did it static. It works as well. You have to find your own way in every move.
she matches with the left there. Now I think she's going to have to speed up if she's going to stand any chance of reaching the top. Oh, look who we've got here. Marianne. Thank you so much, Vivian. So we've got Marianne who's just joined me in the studio. So Marianne, just get your breath back, put on a warm jacket if you have one. We've got 2 minutes left of Coralie Jarry. So let's just watch her. She steps out onto that barrel.
And she's going pretty solid right
So
now already.
what were you do? You were trying to do figure 4s up that. And
I made such a big mistake. I completely forgot about this wood log. I totally forgot about it. I was seeing it, but I wasn't realizing that I had to go there. So I had in my mind that I had to go straight on from the side pole, straight onto the next rock hold, instead of onto the wooden log where she's in now. I just forgot.
You had a mind blank.
So I spent so much time over there. So yeah, she's probably faster than me.
Well, let's see. She's only got 1:15 left, and she's just at the bottom of the roof. How difficult is this part of the route?
Well, because of the holds are real rock, so it's kind of hard to read. It's a pure onside for everyone who's climbing it. You can see it kind of from the bottom and guess, but you're never 100% sure if the hold is really what you actually read. And even if you've got binoculars, you cannot really see what the hold is going to be like. And that's exactly what she's experiencing right now. She's actually looking at the hold a few times like, is it really there? Is it really there? Can I really touch it? And then deciding like, okay, I should
She's going for it.
Go for it.
She's just going for it on that little undercut. And you know, the clock is ticking. There are only 30 seconds left. And she's just got to go all out, no rests, and just trust that her placements are good.
Right.
Can she make number 11? She's got 11.
She's got 11. Now she's got to move on. And she's got quite some audience who are screaming for her. So that
Now
she
it's this hold that's
probably
really
knows.
horrible, isn't it? It's this metal hold. They've got names like Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah,
They're-
they've got
they're
great names.
Into the 4, last few seconds. 1 second, and that's it. The clock stops.
Oh wow.
I don't think she's got that 12th clip.
No, I think
don't-
she
I
just
don't-
doesn't have it.
And it seemed like you didn't hear the clock stop,
No, I didn't.
because
I
I
didn't.
look at the smiles there. She's happy, but she's looking pretty pumped.
Yeah, she is. But well, you have to be pumped. If you're not pumped when you're up there, then you didn't give it all the way, right?
Now, yesterday you let on that you've only done 3 weeks of training, so you're not feeling in 100%. How do you feel having performed today? What's the barometer on your fitness, would you say?
Well, the thing with the fitness is once you're competing, you actually are only getting it back. Because that's the actual thing that you have to try and have to train. So the thing what we do tomorrow again is train on the wall again and have the continuation on that. So saying my fitness, it's not too bad, but I just know that it can be a lot better. Yeah. So
So are we going to see you again on the European Cup?
I'm doubting. I just like the outdoor climbing so much as well. So I'm doubting between going outdoors and going through Switzerland and do a lot of outdoor climbs instead of competitions. Yeah, so we'll see. I still have to discuss this week together with Dennis.
Always a tough call. Well, thank you so much. Well done, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, next up, we have Marion Thomas from France. And she's off. The clock has started. 4.5 minutes now. Now, if any of the previous athletes are to go by, she needs to move fast. But remember, all the athletes are in isolation zone, so she won't know what speed to go at. She won't have seen any of the others. They're not even allowed mobile phones, just in case they tempted to peek. But she's moving quickly, she's moving fast. She means business. And looking very strong. Lots of cheers and shouts here for the French girl. This is just her 4th year competing in the Ice Climbing World Tour. And just joined by, do you want to come and join me? I'm joined by a British athlete called Neil. I forget your second name, Neil, sorry. Blake, Neil Blake. So Neil, how's she doing?
She's doing really well, I think. Super quick. I think you just get 4.5 minutes, so it's
Yeah.
not long for a long route. So yeah,
She's
really
looking very strong. Get the clip number 9. Moving very fast indeed.
Yeah, looking really quick. I was wondering if they might try and miss out the barrel and go straight for the next hold. To that
It
one.
almost could be possible. Marion wasted so much time trying to just sort of do a figure of 4 on that and mount it before actually going back onto the main wall.
Yeah,
And just going straight up there.
Yeah, I think we might see some people trying to miss that out and just go direct
She
to
just
it.
clipped the rope there. Stood on the rope, rather. Anyway, she's gone for that.
Yeah.
She's on the undercling, and it looks a pretty evil undercling, that, not the full Stein, so looks super unsteady.
Yes.
Matches it with the left. You can hear all the French cheering her on. Wow, look at that! This is a little bit dangerous. She rescues it in the figure 4, stabilizes her position. Can she get the 11?
That's so strenuous. With really long reach as well to the next hold. And you have to be super precise on it. Those holds are tiny.
They've got a little hole. It's a shiny kind of metal, isn't it? And
Yeah.
just a tiny little divot, and you've got to get it.
Yeah. If you don't get it in the right place, you're off.
And you can't hang around.
No, not at all. Because time's running out and you're getting tired. You just got to.
She's got it.
Got it. Nice
She's got
work.
it.
Yes,
Will she?
moving really quick now.
She is looking very impressive. She's still got 1.5 minutes.
Oh wow, she could top this.
She could top this. Will she be the first one to top onto that hanging barrel? She's got to make that right hand move. She got it. She's got it. She's got it. She's just got to get her legs over into the fig 9. Release with the left. The crowd here are going wild as she switches to the fig 4, back to the fig 9, shakes out that left hand, and still with 50 seconds to play with. France's Marion Thomas is looking good.
That's so strenuous, dropping down off the barrel as well, just to make it even harder. You've got to climb down and back up again. That's so strenuous.
30 seconds. Still a long way to go.
Come on, Marianne.
Tired and pumped arms. Very solid side pull there. Shakes out with the left hand. Gets the next move. Can she do it? 7 seconds.
Come on.
5. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. That's too sad. She hasn't got it. She hasn't got it.
That's going to put her in first position.
But it is going to put her in first position, so she will be happy with that. A little
amazing
wave to the crowd. She's got to be happy with that, don't you think?
Definitely, that was incredible. Yeah, really, really good. Be difficult to beat, I think.
Well, there are only 2 more athletes, and you say difficult to beat, but we have 2 of the best climbers out there following. We've got Laura von Allmen and Sina Gertz, of course.
Of course, yes.
But let's see, Marion was second all last season to Sina Gertz. Sina had the better of her in all the last season on the European Cup. So let's see. You never know. The tables could be turned.
Maybe
it could be Marion who's on fire this season.
Yeah, maybe it's Marianne's year.
Let's see. We've still got Laura to go. So Neil, you what happened with you? How have you found the course? Was it the route? Sorry, was it quite challenging?
Yeah, route 1 was quite strenuous, steep, lots of stein pulls and stuff like that, and then undercuts and things, underclips. Route 2 more techie at the start, so make sure you get the holes in the right position. If it's not quite right, the axe will pop off really easily, so you've got to be quite precise and also conscious of the time as well. You get it 4 minutes a route, or 4.5 for one of them. It's not long really.
So, Laura von Allmen. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Neil.
Thanks, Tom.
We'll see you again.
Nice.
So Laura von Allmen from Switzerland, 30 years old, one of the older athletes here. Can experience trump youth? That is the question. So if you look closely, that is one of those really horrible holds that a lot of the climbers have been complaining about. Shiny metal, and you've just got to get your pick in exactly the right place. A little bit of a slip there, but well recovered. So she's in that stein with the left hand. For those of you who are new to the sport, the stein is where you hold the tool in an inverse position, and you go in an undercut, and it's very, very secure if strenuous. So Laura is looking strong as she makes that slightly awkward hold out on the left. You've got to be very careful with your moves. Very stable. Some athletes have a sort of more of a static style. Others are more bold and going for it. Great precision there from the Swiss athlete. She's got a very good hold there with her right hand. Gets that. Sometimes you just got to find and kind of shop around looking for where your tool. She has a look, double checks. Double checking is a luxury she won't have further up. And she's got number 9. So the scoring is all about how far you get. You are judged on the quick draw you reach, which number you reach. Then it's the hold number you reach, and then there's a potential little decimal point depending on where you are in the move. It's 2 if you get the hold, 1 if you're going for it, and 0 if you get neither. So she makes clip number 10, so her score will be 10, and then whichever hold she is on. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting. You've got to pull out all the reserves now and be very firm with your feet, kick in hard to this plywood. Reaches over, looking strong. But she's not as fast. I don't think she's as fast as Marianne Thomas. And then it's another of these little metal holds, and she makes easy work of it. She goes into the fig 4, into the, reaches over with her right hand to get that bit of stone, traverses out underneath. And the tension here is palpable. The clock is ticking. She's rests with the arms, but there isn't much time to rest. She can't hang around. She's really got to just go for it now. And she made that look a lot easier to the reach over. Swings off. This isn't climbing, this is aerial acrobatics. Shakes out the right hand, but there isn't time. There are only 45 seconds, and if she's to stand any hope of beating Marianne Thomas's effort, she's got to move quickly. This is so awkward. With down climbing, but she does it. Just got to unhook her right hand, and she does that. Holds the position. Looking strong, but there just isn't the time. 15 seconds. She's just got to go all out now. That's her only hope. On tired arms, she's already pumped, shakes out the right hand. She's out of time. It is all over for the 30-year-old from Switzerland, Laura von Almum. Big cheers. She is looking pretty worked. There's no arm in the air. She's just looking wasted. Is there going to be a smile? Are we going to see a smile from Laura? Maybe in a few minutes when we catch up with her. As she undoes her figure of 8. It's all down now to the Swiss wunderkid, Sina Gertz. So Sina was last year's winner on the European Cup, and will be looking to repeat that reign of glory again this year on the very first stop of the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup. And we've got some exciting events this year. We're in Bern today. Next weekend we go to Brno in the Czech Republic, and then Slovakia the weekend after to Žilina, and then we finish up in Finland at the end of February in Oulu, which will be a fantastic finale to the European Cup. So here is Sina, still just 20 years old. 20 years old, but she's been climbing for 10 years. She's come up through the youth championships and mostly climbs with her twin brother Lucas, who is also a youth champion. So here she goes. And look, we're joined now by Coralie Jarry.
Hey.
So welcome, Coralie.
Thank you.
So quickly, how was it for you? Were you happy with your performance?
I'm not very happy because I wanted to climb until the top, but it was long. The route is beautiful, and just Yeah, I need to train more, and it's hard to work a lot and to train to do both. But yeah, it's a nice route.
But you know, you've only got 4.5 minutes, so
It's
there's not.
short.
It's short, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's very short, but it's a good training.
So how is Sina doing now? She's moved very quickly over those opening moves, which is what you want to do at this stage, isn't it?
She's very strong. Last year she did an amazing season, and I think she can go until the top. Of course, she climbs very quickly, very fast.
She has a nice style.
She knows the holds, and I think she can be first, of course.
She's a local. She grew up in these mountains, so she's been climbing since she could walk.
She doesn't train a lot here because it's far from her place, but she trains in Liechtenstein. Yeah.
So what's better here? Keep your feet on the wall or move out onto that barrel? It seems to be like almost sending you the wrong way, that barrel. So she's got number 10. And this is where the route gets a bit interesting, huh?
Yeah, she has 2 minutes and a half. Yeah,
very long reach there. And she's got it. And she goes straight for the clip. Gets number 11.
Figure 4 to take the next one. It's a short one. It's not very easy to take the metallic one. Okay.
But she's scored the precision hit. The precision is so important, isn't it?
Of course, it's very technical, yeah.
Oh, she's moving so well.
No mistakes, yes.
No mistakes. Gets that number 12.
Perfect.
2 minutes. That's still a long way because you go from this barrel and then you've got to climb down from it.
She's a very strong rock climber, so she climbed a lot this summer, and I think it helped a lot for the dry tooling.
Well, she's looking very strong. Has a little bit of a shakeout with the right hand. No matter how much training you do, you're going to be pumped. Does it help a little shake out of the arm, even just a quick shake, just to get the blood flowing again?
Yeah. We have 22 holds. It's not a very long route in Korea. In World Cup, we have more than 30 holds. So we train with 50 holds. So
more endurance.
Yeah, to have endurance.
So she's got a minute. Do you think she can top?
It's not very long for her. She will, of course, she will. If she doesn't do no mistake.
Listen to the crowd now, cheering her on. She's almost there, with still 45 seconds to make one more move. She's got clip number 14.
Yes,
she's doing it. She's done it. Sina Gertz, she is happy, looking very happy.
The winner of this first
and she's
European
just got
Cup.
snagged in the netting. And that's she'll be just stuck there now for the next half an hour. That's an
problem.
unfortunate technical incident. Just tosses her tools down. Oh, that's one solution. Hey, groovy socks.
Nice socks, yeah.
We like them. So, that was the women's finals here in Bern, the first up on the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup, and Sina Gertz is the winner and still caught in the netting. Hey, she's freed herself. That was probably the hardest move. One final move of the day, and she is looking very happy. We'll stay on to chat to Sina. Hopefully she'll come over, and then we've got the men's coming up. Quickly, Coralie, you've seen the men. Who do you think is looking dangerous and strong this evening?
It's a hard question because they are very strong.
The French, I mean, tell me about the French, because they, you've got a big team, it seems. The French are coming through, starting to look strong.
Of course, French are strong. Nathan, Tristan and Luna did an amazing season last year. Nathan did 2 podiums, 2 or 3 podiums in the World Cup, and Luna also. So yeah, maybe my top 3 will be. Oh, it's hard. Maybe. Yeah, it's a hard question.
Well, if you're watching on Facebook, tell us who do you think is going to win the men's? We love your comments.
The winner. I would like Nathan maybe, or Nikolai Primerov. Yeah.
Well, Nathan is interesting because he seems to do better at the Worlds than he does at the Euros.
The Swiss team is very strong.
But
also,
Coralie,
of course.
yes. So anyway, Coralie, thank you so
Thank
much.
you
I think
so
we have
much.
another guest to talk
Of
to
course.
this evening. We've got Laura here. So Laura, well done. Are you happy or are you disappointed?
No, I'm really happy with my performance, yes. I wasn't that fast. I mean, Sina is much more efficient with the tools, but I'm really, really happy, yes.
I mean, it's been several minutes since your route, and I can hear in your breath you're still out of breath. So
Yes.
It gives some indication for people watching just how tough it is. I mean, walk me through the roof section. It just seems really quite strenuous there, and you've got that really difficult kind of metal hold, that green one.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the roof is always really powerful with a lot of figure of 9 and figure of 4. So, yeah, if you have a long roof section, then of course you start to breathe really hard, and yeah, it's tiring. But luckily the wall is not really tall as in other places, but I like it.
So did it feel almost like a more kind of speed? Were you aware of just, you can't hang around because...
Yeah, I knew 4.5 minutes are not that long for this route. I mean, we had to climb down again and then up again, so I knew it's gonna be, I knew that I had to be really fast or climb really fast. It's not that technical, it's, fast, a race.
Is it very difficult climbing down?
I think, I mean, you have to train it, you have to get used to it. It's kind of an awkward feeling if you do it for the first time, but I mean, it's the 4th year that I'm competing now, and I also trained this kind of...
Because you sometimes see athletes like leaving behind, they make the move and then they can't retrieve their ice axe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also you really have to think if you want to hold the tool on the short position or on the long position, so that makes a huge difference as well if you climb down. So it's not always about power, but also a lot about thinking how you hold your tools.
So the most important question is, have you had fun today?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's my home gym. I live right here or really close here, and I really know a lot of people, and it's always special to climb in front of the home crowd.
And are we going to see you again on the tour?
Yes.
Which events are you going to go to?
This year I think I will only do Saas-Fee. So it's only 3 World Cups, unfortunately, but I will only do Saas-Fee. I'm not going to travel that far this year. Yes, but I'm really excited to start in Saas-Fee. Yeah. Also a home country or home crowd.
Yeah, Saas will be an amazing atmosphere. It's the end of January.
Yes.
And so that will be a very exciting end to the World Tour.
Yes.
And before then, of course, we've got China, we've got South Korea. So they promise to be exciting. Hi, Marion. So anyway, thank you, Laura. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we're going to have a chat now with Marion Thomas, another French. Hello. Can we switch on the mics or so that we can talk to them? I just grab that. I'll turn this one off. Just hang with us a second. We're just going to try and talk to
wrong with the time, so we had to be quick and faster as ever. And so
When you started, you looked very fast.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, at the beginning, I knew I had to be fast if I wanted to win or to make the podium, and I knew I had to top, and 4.5 was quite a short time, so I did my best, and it was almost the top, but I'm really happy.
You look happy. So will you go home pretty pleased with your performance?
Yeah, for sure. I think I did the job today, and in all the routes, I will train again. I think I'm maybe more in shape than last year, but Sina is still so strong, and yeah, it was a very cool event and nice to see all the friends back, and I'm excited for all the World Cups.
So congratulations, and where will we see you next? Which is your next stop that you're going to?
I'm going to Republic Czech next week, second European Cup. After I'm going to go training in Kirov, and after I will go to the World Cup in China, Korea and Switzerland.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you there, Maria. So well done. Thank you. And
can I just say thank you to my school and Foundation Grenoble INP, because thanks to them I can go to all the camp, and they are making exams like not at the same time as the others as I can come to the camp today. So thanks.
Great. We of course should say a big shout out to our own sponsors, Outdoor Research, without whom this event would not be possible. Now I'm just going to try and grab Sina as well. So Sina, congratulations. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was a really nice route, like with the barrel on top. It was nice to swing a bit.
Your victory never looked in doubt. You just seemed so confident. But you make it look easy, but was it very challenging? Tell us about where the difficulties were with this route.
Well, I think it's a lot about just confidence, because otherwise you can't climb fast. And yeah, just believing in yourself. But the difficulty was here that in the end it was still the last 2 holes were a bit technical, and I didn't want to rush it and make a mistake on the top, so this was where my doubt was a bit. But
what was the crux for you?
Probably like physically on top on the barrel to hold the figure 4, and mentally it's always the start until you get into things.
Well, fantastic! Congratulations. Where will we see you next? Are you going to be on the World Tour, the European Cup as well?
Yeah, I will do Czechia next weekend and Slovakia as well, and then do all the 3 World Cups. That's the plan. We will see what happens until then. But yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you at the next stop. So we're going to take a little bit of a break now. We've got the men's final kicking off at 9 o'clock. So don't go away for far, and we'll see you very shortly to watch the men's action, and that promises to be one to watch. So it wouldn't be Switzerland without a traditional cheese fondue, but it's probably not the optimum athlete fuel that the climbers will be wanting for the men's final here in Bern. So welcome back, and welcome back to the men's final of the UIAA European Cup for ice climbing. So we've got a very, very exciting evening ahead of us. We've had the women's, and very shortly we're going to have the men coming on for the European Cup finals. So we're going to head over to the commentary box now. You're going to come with me and see who is going to win this first stop on the European Cup. So let us know who you'll be supporting. You get a little bit of a sense of the fantastic atmosphere here. We've got fires, fondue, lots of glühwein, and there's a French team over there. So we've got some familiar names, some veterans, and also some young names as well competing this evening. So it's going to be super exciting. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a second. So, welcome back. I've just spoken to Rob Adey, who's the event coordinator here, and I have the official list of the women's the finalists. So, in last place, in 8th place, from France, Annabelle Bouchardon, and then in 7th was Cora Vogel from Switzerland, and then we have Marianne van der Steen from the Netherlands as in 6th place, Coralie Jarry, and then in 4th place was Vivienne Labarille. And then in 3rd, in the bronze, is Laura von Almen. In 2nd place was Marion Thomas. And of course, no surprises, Sina Gertz in 1st place takes the gold on the first stop of the European Cup. And there they are, flashing up on our screen with the times. So at the moment we've got the observation zone going on. So we have the first athlete out of the men's, and that is from Russia, Ivan Chernik. So he's now just scouting the route, seeing where the moves are really. I wonder if he's spotted the dyno. Yes, stay tuned, because there is not just one dyno, but 2 dynos, according to Yannick Glattard, who is here. Not competing, but he was helping set the route. And he told me that there are... so we've got the men's here. Let's see the men's lineup now. So first to set off will be Ivan from Russia. And then we have Timo Villinger from Switzerland. And then we have the French athletes, Nathan Claire, Tristan Ladevant, and then his brother Luna Ladevant. And then Nikolai Primarov, who's from Switzerland, used to come from Russia originally. And then Kevin Husser from Switzerland. And lastly, Jonathan Brown, who is from Switzerland, but originally South African. So great lineup of athletes, some familiar names, and some perhaps new to you. So let's see who will be dominant tonight. And with me, I've got Finnish athlete, who is... Oh, we just lost our lights there. Henry, remind me your second name, because I don't have the Finnish accent.
Henry Toivola.
Toivola, thank you. Sorry. So you were competing earlier today. What do you make of the route here in Bern? Has it been a good, and has it been quite tough? It's not the longest route.
Yeah, it's not the longest one, but it's a really nice wall, and I really like that. Plywood, it's really nice to kick. It's not too hard and it's not too soft. It's a perfect kicking, and you can make also pretty hard moves on this wall. So it is a perfect place to competitions.
Who is your money on? Who do you think is going to emerge triumphant tonight?
Of course, both Ladevants is pretty good, but I really watching Nikolai Primarov and Kevin Husser. Yeah.
I mean, Nathan Claire is... he does so well on the... it's very strange he does better on the world stage than he does on the European level. And I actually asked him about that, and he just shrugged his shoulders and said, yeah, I know. So it seems like... today, watching the qualifiers, it has been the Ludovin brothers, Luna, who is 18, and Tristan, who is 21, and it's Luna really who's the better climber. That's even what Tristan said. So maybe there's a bit of a fraternal rivalry that we'll see this evening. So there's that to look forward to. So how important is it for to be able to observe the route and try and work out where to go?
It's most critical part, look in the route, look in the holes, and when you look the holes and you going back to installation, you have to you training that route in installation. You have to remember that holes. Maybe you drawing also in the paper, and just remember the holes and how to use them, and remember the moves.
As I mentioned, I was talking to Yannick Glattard earlier, so he's an absolute legend of the sport, and he had a very cheeky smile when he mentioned that there are 2 dynos in this route. So I think we can look forward to some aerial acrobatics this evening. flying squirrel moves. It would be very interesting to see how the different climbers respond to that. But overall, it's short. It's not super long. They're only 30, 20, 40 odd moves. It's not as long as perhaps some of the longer routes on the world tour, which means it's fast. It's short and powerful. Some of the moves are not at the very hardest level. They're not as sketchy, but you can't hang around. Yannick was saying that even stopping to shake an arm out is time wasted. So they can't afford to waste any time here. They get just 4 minutes, I believe, for this.
Yeah, it was the same in Oulu. There is 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes climbing 22 meters. So it's time. You have time, but you don't have. You just need to move.
Here he is. So we have Ivan Chenik from Russia. He's from Moscow. He's 33 years old, and he wasn't able to tell me much more because the language wasn't great between us. But we managed to make ourselves understood, and he said he was, super excited to be here. So let's see. He's going out, and his 4th season on the tour, and he's making a very, very confident start now. So excuse me, I was incorrect. It's 5 minutes that they have, not 4. The men have got 5 minutes. But still, the clock is ticking. This isn't a route that will reward you if you hang around. You've just got to go for the moves, no resting.
You have to find a right tempo and just go with the flow.
Oh no! And he's off. He's popped already. I mean, that happens to the best athletes out there, some of the best climbers. So anyway, Henry, thank you very much for joining us. Hope to see you again.
Thank you.
And what's the next stop you're going on to do?
I going to Czech and also in the South Fair World Cups.
So great. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there. Good luck, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So that will be very disappointing from the Russian Ivan Chenik. Just all over before it even began. Now in the qualifiers, if you were to fall at that level before you've gone over the where the top rope is, you get another chance, but not in the finals. So the next athlete we have to come up will be the Swiss athlete Timo Villinger. And Timo is a very young athlete. He's come through the ranks. I did write down, yes, he's just 16. 16, so exciting to see such a young athlete come through. It's one of the things of the European Cup. It's a great venue for young upcoming talent to come through. So the jacket is off. Quick flex of the muscles. 16-year-old Timo Villinger from Switzerland. He's only been ice climbing for 3 years. And this is his 3rd year competing. So in some ways there's no pressure for him. But also there's still the pressure, the nerves. Just ironing out something with the quick draw there. Just making sure the rope is threaded through the crab the correct way. It's an amazing venue, this. It's O Block. If you get a chance, have a look. The guys here have worked so hard, and he's off, and the clock has started. And he's looking like he means business. The route is, of course, designed at this stage for the difficulties come later, so you want to be moving through this. It's like just getting a little bit stuck there. That is a kind of hazard of plywood. He's got the Stein, stands up confidently onto that little hole with the right hand, tool in the mouth, just balances himself with the left hand to reach over now to get that first clip. It's just, whoa, that was, my heart was in my mouth there. That was a very dangerous move from the Swiss teen as he makes clip number 6. So it's a little bit of a traverse here. Hasn't quite got that hold. Just got to get the pick of the tool just in the right spot, in a little sweet spot. He finally gets it. He's got to maintain his balance here, maintain the tension. Very tricky, and he makes it look easy. And he's got number 7 with still 3.5 minutes to go. Climbing very confidently. This young Swiss athlete. As he gets clip number 8. So one interesting aspect of the sport is they're all wearing golf gloves, but apparently you get golf gloves give amazing precision and dexterity like no other glove. But normally when you buy a golf glove you only need to buy one. So they always, ice climbers get very strange looks when they ask for 2 gloves and then have to explain dry tooling in a golf shop and get some very, very odd looks. Very strenuous move there as he reaches up high with the left and he makes the move. So takes the tool in the high grip with the right, brings the rope up with his left, and he gets number 9. Oh! Swings off, but the placement was solid. Hooks the barrel. 2 minutes left. And he may not be moving fast enough to top out, but he's giving it his all. Gets the 10th clip. Just as he reaches, he hasn't quite got it. Has he got it? As he moves now into the traverse, excuse me, the roof. It's going to be hurting now. Arms are starting to feel a little bit pumped. The anaerobic strength of these guys' forearms is something else. So almost a kind of backhanded move on the tool there. Very interesting technique. As he leans out now. Asking for a bit of support. 1 minute to go. So it's a very solid move there. 35 seconds to go. He's got to really go for this move. Get the legs high. The clock is ticking. He can't afford to waste any time here. Into the Fig 4 to reach up to it. But I fear the time is out for the Swiss. It's all over. The clock has stopped for Timo Willinger from Switzerland. But what a performance, as the crowd give him a massive round of applause. Are we going to see an arm in the air? A little brief one. He may be a little cross with himself. Perhaps he thinks he could have done better. But a great start to the season. This is, of course, just the first stop on the European Tour. Next week we're in the Czech Republic, and then the week after that we're in Slovakia and Zelina. And the tour finishes up in Finland, in Oulu, where we're back for the second year in a row. And then don't forget we've got the World Tour as well, kicking off in January. We're going to China and South Korea before finishing in Saas-Fee in that iconic car park. But absolutely amazing atmosphere that will be. So if you're around, make sure you come to that. It's always a huge party atmosphere there to watch. And there's also the Asian Cup. This is the first year that the UIAA are running the Asian Cup, and it's going to be in Tehran in the beginning of February. So that could be a very cool one to watch. It's big sport in Iran, and Tehran is great city with views of the Alborg Mountains to the north. So that will be super cool event. And yeah, it's home to Mohammed Safdarian, great big star in Iran. He's got something like over 15,000 followers on Instagram, and he's the only Iranian to stand on the podium in the World Tour, which I believe was back in 2018 in Rabenstein. But anyway, that's the World Tour. This is the European Tour, the first stop. And out onto the platform now, we have the French athlete Nathan Claire, who is an extraordinary ice climber, so it'll be very interesting to see what he does now. Just 22 years old. Last year he was 4th overall on the World Tour. But in a kind of strange quirk, he doesn't always do so well on the European Tour. He only did one event last year on the European Cup and came 19th, and that was here in Bern. So at least he's made the finals this year, which is a bit better than last year. Clearly a strong French contingent here, shouting "Allez, allez!" So we've got a special guest. We have from Switzerland, we have Timo. So Timo, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, man.
Pretty out of breath.
Yeah, of course.
Very briefly, were you happy with your performance?
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I never thought that I get so far in the route.
Oh, and he's off!
Oh.
It's the first of the dyno moves, and Nathan Claire didn't make it. So maybe you could explain how this first dyno, you just kind of went for it, made it look easy. So what have you got to do to make it happen?
So it's quite boulder move. So I know it from the sport climbing. So you get a hold with your hand and then cross over it with your ice axe, and then you got it.
Nathan will be disappointed with that. He manages to raise an arm, but to come all this way, to be 4th overall on the World Tour in 2019 last year, and then to pop just on the first hard move on the European Cup. But hey, it's a sign. It's a difficult route, right?
Yeah, of course it is difficult. So
I was talking to Yannick Glattard, and he said it's very short. It's powerful moves.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of powerful moves. For example, the one with the yellow Sam hold, where you have to pull and go into the other ice rock hold. It's really hard. So I never climbed a route that is so hard like this.
So is it helpful to have a bouldering background?
Yeah, of course it's helpful, exactly for those specific moves. Yeah.
So what's next for you? Are we going to see you in Czech, in Brno?
No, I can't go to Czech, but I will start at Saas-Fee World Cup, and I hope I can do the finals there. That will be a goal for me for this season.
Well, fantastic, Timo. Well, thanks for joining us.
You're
and
welcome.
we'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
To hopefully
you.
get your breath back. It's amazing you're still completely out of breath.
Yeah, it's really pumpy, this route. Yeah. I'm out of power. Yeah.
Cool. Super. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, lots of fans here this evening. Very envious. There's lots of Glühwein being had, but unfortunately the Glühwein hasn't made its way to the commentators' box. Maybe a little shout out. One will magically appear, and there's also some classic, of course, being Switzerland. This is wouldn't be Switzerland without a cheese fondue. So there's some little fires, some fire buckets around here, some fire pits, and they got some cheese fondues on the go. Probably not the ideal food you want. Big, heavy Swiss cheese with bread sitting at the bottom of your stomach just before taking on a very powerful route. So, Tristan Lademont is in the starting area. He's the older of the two brothers. Generally doesn't perform quite as well as his brother, and that's what he said, not me. I sort of teasingly asked him, I said, so is Luna the better climber of the brothers? And he kind of went, yeah, he is. So he's 21 years old, and we saw him in action. They were doing some bouldering earlier, the top's off. So underneath that red top is a rippling torso that is ready to explode onto this final route for the men's final here in Bern. Quick moves with the feet. It's all about getting that nice bomber placements with the picks. Quick work with the feet, stand up. Don't really want to hang around, look at it. He does a quick double check to see that he's got the tool in the right place. So both tools with an undercut. Standing up now to reach onto this. It's not a intellect hold, but it's difficult to see. Some of them have this little metal plate or a little hole on the top. It's very important to get your extremely sharpened pick into the right spot. Now this is quite an awkward move, using the left hand. So, as Timo was explaining, it's basically a bit of bouldering skills here are useful. So watch closely. We might just see Tristan Lademont go airborne. Watch the feet. Watch the feet. Reaches over and swings. Very nice. Very nice. And he's already at clip number 6 with 3.5 minutes. Didn't quite make the side pull there. It's a very awkward stone on these SAM holds. So I was mentioning earlier that a local characteristic of this route is many of the holds are stone. Some of them come from a neighbouring Kandersteg, which is an ice climbing mecca just an hour south of here. It's fantastic ice climbing in winter when it forms up. Waterfalls gushing in every direction. Tristan Lademont looking very confident. A little bit of a shake with the right hand. But these holds, they're not super sketchy. He's just being bold, making the moves. And that's what you need to do, because there isn't much time. Just 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Still a long way to go. So he moves out now onto that barrel. Those holds have all been pre-drilled. There's a little shake out of the arm, but a bit of a luxury. There isn't the time for that on this route. Gets the 10th clip. This is where it gets serious now. It's got the overhanging section. And we might see another little squirrel move here, because you've got not much in the way of holds. It's got to get up onto that stone just in the corner on the top right there, and it's quite a move. Just look at those feet, just stands up. It's not a time to hang around though. Very, very gingerly stands up. Lots of shouts of allez from the French crowd here. There it is, over to the right. He's got his tool in his right hand, and he's got it. He's got it, but it was very, very expensive in time. He's lost over a minute to get to that, and now he's just got to fight and go as hard as he can now to get this next hold. And it's not an easy one to get, but he's got it. Kicks up. Is he going to get number 11? 20 seconds. He's got 11. Now it's all or nothing now. All or nothing. Very big hold. Third time lucky. Third time lucky with 3 out of time. He's out of time. It is all over for Tristan Ladevant. No. It's all over. Tristan Ladevant, 21-year-old athlete from France. He's happy. There's a big cheer there to all his compadres from Grenoble, most of them all now the French team from Grenoble. And Coralie Jari was saying a lot of them are training at her gym. She's got a really good gym that she built at home. And so it's sort of become a little de facto base of the French team. So fantastic to see the French athletes coming through. The youths have got their own trainer here. So it's good to see. Whether they will challenge the Russians and the Koreans on the World Tour, well, let's see. We'll have to wait till China for that. China beginning in January. And then South Korea. Look at that. Showing off the guns. We can't be that pumped because he's managing to undo his figure of 8. And normally if if you're really pumped, you can't even undo that. So, what's he say? Showing off a little bit of love to his sponsors. Where would we be without our sponsors? We should also shout out Outdoor Research, who are partners throughout this tour, and wouldn't be possible without them. So do check them out. Some fantastic gear, keeping me warm this morning. So now comes his younger brother. Will he be upstaged by Luna, just 18 years old, been climbing since the age of 10. Now often you imagine that these climbers have been, parents must be mountain guides or they were born in the mountains, and not at all for the Ladevant brothers. They said they just learned to the club. Parents aren't climbers at all. So tools are in the starting position and the clock starts the moment the first tool leaves, when he kicks in and then steps up. He's off. 5 minutes. Let's see how Luna will do. He's a great performer on the European scene. He's of course the winner from last year, and he won here in Bern. So he will be looking to repeat that. Now this is where it gets exciting. So you just got that kind of awkward with the left hand. And it's a good example of just how the sport now is kind of morphing, and he makes it look so easy. How the sport is evolving. So bouldering skills definitely come in handy, and Luna is definitely handy at bouldering. We're here at this great O-Block Centre here in Bern, and both he and his brother tops were off earlier in the bouldering wall. Bit of shake on the left hand, but seems solid. Gets that tiny little hold. Very strenuous here, but he is making this look easy. And let me tell you, it is not easy at all. One of the climbers made the mistake of asking what grade the route is, and the reply came back: there is only one grade, competition grade. So he's got 8. Is he going to get 9? As always, we love your comments. Send them in, and make sure that you don't miss any other action by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like us on Instagram at UIAA Mountains. Follow us on Facebook. And make sure, because it's just the first stop now, but we've got a whole slew of action kicking off this winter. Throughout December, January, February. So this is where his brother lost a lot of time. Got 2.5 minutes. Oh, and he's made the reach. Look at the span of his arms. Moves up his tool into the figure of 4 for that stable position and longer reach to make number 11, which he does with effortless ease. Goes for an undercut to get this next hold. Can he get it? He's got it. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. It's a big leap now, big reach. Got to get those legs high. Big shouts here from the audience. Ale Luna, he's got it. First go. Will he be the first athlete to top this route? It's a question he might be wondering himself as the clock counts down to 1 minute, but there's still a long way to go. So just joined by Tristan now, his brother.
Hi.
Hey Tristan, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Catching my breath right now.
Well, keep holding your breath. Let's watch your brother. See, do you think he'll top?
Yeah, he might top because like he's pretty strong right now, and he got some time left, I think. Oh no, he's not going to top.
30 seconds.
No,
Fig
he's
4.
not going to top.
No,
Yeah,
it's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, no.
He's on the barrel.
Last year he topped the route, but I think this route is quite challenging compared to the other one because they're like.
It's now or nothing now.
Yeah.
There's just 15 seconds left.
Come on,
all he can do is just hope, just make a gun for the next move.
Nice.
Go for it.
The quick draw is not very important right now.
He's just got to get the quick draw.
Nice. Maybe another hold.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
3. He's got that hold. He's got those 2 points. An extra into the figure of 4, and it's all over.
Yeah.
For Luna.
Oh, too bad.
Too bad. No.
Few seconds.
So anyway, back to you, Tristan. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm happy with my climbing. I was quite free. Oh, nice. I had an injury in February last year, so I missed 2 World Cups. And it feels good to be back, I think, and to be, almost quite in shape. I have still 1 month of preparation right now, So yeah, feeling confident for the World Cups.
So Luna just coming down now. Big smile.
Yeah.
Big smile from the brother. So is there much rivalry between you and Luna? Do you try and outperform each other, or?
I don't think there's rivalry. I think it's more kind of like pushing each other, you know. So like small jokes, you know, much more than like rivalry, like bad ones, you know. So yeah, we help each other to progress and to keep up each time, you know. So like he climbed better than me today, maybe I'll climb better than him today, you know. So yeah, it's quite a good feeling to have a brother competing and working with you. Yeah,
working together.
Yeah.
So where are we going to see you next on the season? Are you
So,
going to be in Czech?
No, I'm not sure if we're going to do any other European Cup. Maybe we just focus on training and be strong for the China round, and then Korea, and then we'll finish in Switzerland. So
Can Team France take on the Russians and the Koreans?
Oh yeah, I hope so. I mean, like we already did, so why not again? Yeah, sure.
So good luck. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations, and we'll see you in China.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So
see you in China.
see you.
Yeah,
good
bye.
luck with the rest of training. So next up, we have Nikolai Primarov, who, as the name sounds, sounds Russian, but he's actually based in Switzerland. He's been here now for about a decade. So he's a laser engineer, he was telling me earlier. Not entirely sure what a laser engineer does. And he's one of the older, shall we say, not oldest, older athletes on the circuit, 36 years old. Nikolai Primarov from Switzerland. So he was third overall last year, and that's what he will be looking to match and improve. Both tools go in, and he's off. And when I watched him in the qualifiers earlier, he was looking very steady indeed. Just a little bit caught in the rope there. So this plywood has its pros and cons. Someone was telling me it's quite soft, which is good. But if you kick too hard, it sometimes can be difficult to extract your feet, and then that can knock you off balance. That's exactly what happened to Kevin Lindau earlier. He got his foot into a little bit hard. He tried to pull it out, and he popped. He just lost his balance, and silly, costly mistake. Now comes the first of those tricky traverses. A little bit of a dynamic move. Gets the right hand over and swings across. Beautifully done. Gets the clip. 3.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes down. It's a very difficult hold, this stone here. He's just got to get it just right. There's no magical little divot in it, as a lot of the holds do have, but this one doesn't. You've just got to be so sure with your body position. Tension, making sure the tension is just right. It's almost a mathematical problem, as one athlete was explaining it to me. So he's gone for the little undercut there on the left. More of a side pull, really, as he makes clip number 8. So he will be feeling confident, not overthinking things right now. It's just about making the next move, getting the feet in the right position, getting the hands in the right position, not allowing a silly mistake just to knock you off balance. Not sure what the rules are about kicking into the number. Sure, it's not a problem. So uses his right hand there. But oh no, and he's off! Oh, he's not happy. Not happy at all. just pops. Let's see if we can see what happens. He had his left hook, his left pick was just hooking there on the left, and he'd used his right hand to hold, to come in and support, and he just lost his footing. The rope's off. Not happy. Not happy at all. Here we see, we see he's just sort of massaging it with his right hand. And then we get, it's just that, yeah, his left axe just popped. Gives you an indication of just how little the margin for error is. I had a little play earlier, there was a little warm-up area. And yeah, you've got to get your tool just exactly in the right place. And more importantly, your body position. And if you're not 100% pulling on the line of gravity, it'll just skid out, just skate out, and you've lost it. And it's very difficult to recover. Sometimes you will see it might be possible, but with his right hand just holding on for balance, not a chance. So it'd be nice if we could chat to Luna là devant. I don't know if he's going to make his way up to us. Here he is, actually. No, he's not. Yeah, here he is. Luna, hey, come on over. So, but first up, Kevin Husser from Switzerland is off. And he's a very strong athlete himself. Let's see, let's quick words with Luna. How was it? Were you happy?
Yeah.
Just ran out of time at the top.
Yeah, it was close. I lost a little bit of time at the quick draw 11, but yeah, it was close. Yeah, I got really pumped and tired, so that's cool. That's a good sign.
Can you give a sense of the route characteristics? It seems like it's not super technical, but it's quite short. You've got to be fast, and it's quite powerful moves.
Yeah, that's quite true. There is actually, you have to be fast and then careful on some little move.
Yeah. How's this move? Because this is the kind of the dyno, isn't it? The first.
Yeah, it's
dyno,
like the first.
Just gotta,
but you can't just dyno and super fast. You have to be really precise and slow at the beginning, and then just at the end.
Just at the end, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's quite interesting. It's not just dyno. It's it's technical, and you have some hold with the hand, and so yeah, that's cool. And the second one is also. Yeah, as I'm told, I managed to.
You look like you thought you were going to take off and fly. Your arms were so wide apart. You've got a wider span than a kind of an eagle.
Yeah, I was
very useful.
Truly, I couldn't move anymore. That's true.
So some of the more smaller athletes will be a little more challenged there.
They would have had to dyno this one.
And this hold looks quite challenging as well. It just seems the stone, you just got to do that side pull and lean off it.
Yeah, you really have to maintain the pressure to the right side, but you have to go to the left side. Yeah. So really tricky move. So that's it. You have to be fast, and then move like this, you have to slow down, be technical.
What was your favorite move? Did you have a spot?
Yeah, I think the move I struggled a bit on the 11 quick draw was really big, really interesting, and yeah, that's the kind of move where you feel really good. You feel really good when you are finally in the hold.
Yeah. So Kevin is looking strong. He was 6th last year in the European Cup, and he'll be looking to do better than that if he can, and he's already looking in a very good position. What's your fear? What are you kind of thinking at this point? Are you thinking
at this point?
Yeah.
I was thinking oh gosh, I really need to get fast, and I'm already a bit tired. So.
Are you aware of the clock?
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
Do you have something beeping on
your
hand?
No, I just leave it. I have it on my mind a little bit, and there is my coach down, with cheering on me for the last 2 minutes and the last minute.
So
and 30 seconds.
He nearly lost his footing there.
Yeah.
So that left hold looks really solid.
Yeah, this is the other kind of tricky move.
Yeah, it just looks super awkward.
Yeah, you're in a really bad position now.
Question from my side, I always wonder, does it affect you holding the tool in your mouth? Is it hard to breathe because you're so out of breath?
Yeah, you have to learn. I mean,
it's a skill you
really
have to
learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kevin is doing good here because he's also a really strong.
Okay, he's going
rock
for the
climber.
move, and he's got it. Went for the mood, very bold. I mean, it's a super bomber jug. That it is jug-tastic, but to get it requires some very, very delicate moves. He's got a minute. Are you feeling nervous?
I don't know. I think, to be honest,
Or are you feeling safe?
I doubt he's gonna top out with 1 minute, but let's see how he does. This is one of the
58
biggest
seconds.
moves. He's a bit shorter than me, also, so I think it's, yeah.
No, he's a bit behind in the time. I think you were a little bit further ahead at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
And, you know, the energy is running out here.
Yeah,
it's draining.
You have the left hand is opening, like
and with
really opening.
And with every attempt, the energy diminishes.
Yeah, you feel that. You feel all the power in the left hand. It's really, really hard.
Quick shake at the left. It's really one chance. This is it.
Come on, man.
This is it. It's all or nothing.
Come on, guy.
Shaking's not going to help now. It's just. No. Is there anything you can do at this point?
No, it's just like try again.
Fourth time, but he's out of time.
As you said, the energy is...
He might get a point just for touching it. Might get the 2 points for touching it. And
time over.
No, he's run out of time. Well, Luna, thanks a lot for joining us. Well done.
My pleasure.
And we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what the final results are. So thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Big cheers now for Kevin Husser from Switzerland. Great performance. There's a smile. There is a smile. Is there a smile? I'm looking closely. Yeah, he's smiling. He's happy. He knows that it was tough. Super tough. Look at that. There are the golf clubs I was talking about earlier. So, golf shops not quite understanding why you want one for both the left and the right hand. It must be quite fun explaining that it's for a sport called dry tooling. I pity the person who has to explain that to a golfer. But they do make good gloves. Perfect dexterity that you need. So a little bit of a wave there from Kevin. There's a bit of a smile. Might be enough to get on the podium. Let's see. What do you think? Let us know what you think. We always love comments. Tell us where you're from as well. So we're just seeing him do his first dyno with literally gritted teeth. So we're seeing now the final athlete here at the men's final of the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup. The jacket is off. Meet Jonathan Brown. They might be wondering, what's he doing with an English sounding name? So he's originally from Cape Town, from South Africa. He was born in Cape Town, but he's grown up here. And there was a chance that his dad was going to be competing as well. His dad is a climber, and we thought we might have been blessed with a father-son lineup, but alas, his father wasn't able to make it. So he's very young, Jonathan. He's only 18 years old, but there's a lot of power in those guns. Super nice guy. He was second place here in Bern last year, so he's familiar with the scene. And at SAS last year, he finished up 13th. So a very promising talent. So concentrate now. Watch closely. He's going for the move. He's got to get that right hand out, and he just makes it look easy. You have to remember he hasn't seen any of the other athletes. He's been in isolation. So for each of these competitors, they're seeing that move for the first time. There's no watching. This is an awkward one with the left hand. Right hand super bomber. You've got to pull to the right and move to the left. So it's really about defying the laws of physics here and having that fantastic body agility and awareness. It's really not climbing you're watching, it's aerial gymnastics. Very, very strong athletes, very powerful athletes. In fact, it would be quite interesting to see what he would do on a pommel horse. There's one in the bar inside this great venue here. Clip number 8, 3 minutes to go. Been a great day here in Bern. Fantastic day. Make sure you don't miss any of the action that we've got on the European Tour, the World Tour. And you can do that by subscribing to the YouTube channel, liking us on Instagram at UIAA Mountains, and of course liking us on Facebook. Tell us what you think. So he's going pretty steady here. Makes the step up. Now at this point it's super awkward, and it'll be interesting to see how he handles this. What really is the crux move. Luna was blessed, he said, with a big reach. Has Jonathan Brown got that reach to make that right hand move? It's jugtastic, but to get there is awkward as. He's got it in his sights, and he's done it. Yeah, stood up, very bold move, confident, knew he had it. Goes for the fig four to get into that more stable position to reach up with his left hand, pulls up. Tool between the teeth, now it's about clipping the rope, get the points. He's got the points, good. Right, now he knows the clock is ticking, still 1.5 minutes, so he's ahead of oh, he makes it first time! It's looking dangerous. Where is Luna? Can we see Luna? Because he will be worried right now. He will be worried. He's got over 1 minute. This boy is going all out for the gold. Next up is the barrel. He's got to reach. Oh no! He's off. Disappointing. Well, you can't fault his commitment there. Absolutely went for it. Maybe in better circumstances he would have spent a little bit more time, just took his time, reach out, because there's absolutely bomber hook in that in the hanging barrel, but you know, he knew the clock was ticking, just had to go for it and just missed. So shakes his head, a little bit disappointed, but definitely he can walk away very, very happy with performance. So we have to wait for the judges' confirmation, but I think we can assume that is Luna Ladevant who takes the numero uno slot tonight. We'll have to wait and see who is second and third. Yes, sorry. Come over. I'm blind, I'm talking away, completely oblivious to the fact that we've got with us at the moment Nikolai. Kevin, sorry. Kevin, we missed one. Sorry, Kevin. How was it for you?
It was a good show, I think.
Yeah?
It was fun.
Were you happy with your performance?
You know, you can never be happy when you just fail on one move and don't feel like you have given your best and just miss it twice or 3 times, and then I was just too tired. So there's definitely potential up, but overall I'm pretty happy that I made finals and I could enjoy the crowd, so it was a good day for me.
So you just need to grow a little bit, be a bit taller.
Yeah, probably, but I never believe in this growth stuff. I just think either you have to be stronger or I have to work on something that I can work on, and complain about the size or whatever doesn't help.
Well, overall, you're happy.
Yeah, sure. And Jonathan was crushing it, so it was good to see him. At least I got to see one colleague to climb, and I think the show was amazing. The atmosphere is good, so what else do you want?
Yeah. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us. Sorry, I didn't notice you there standing.
No worries.
I was talking away, yabbering away. So back with Luna.
Hi.
Hey. So we're yet to. So we're back on the phone here. And is it working okay? Just checking with so we're rolling. So are you confident of your first position now?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's my. I can take it up. Yeah. It's my second victory here on this event, and my seventh in the European Cup. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's starting to be yeah, to be really cool in this kind of events and competition. So it's cool.
You're going to start getting used to this feeling. So which one's better, this year or last year?
Yeah, I think this year the route was really challenging, so that's good. Like it's competition with yourself, and just like yeah, you know, it's a fight. Well, yeah, fight with yourself.
So would you come to Bern again? It seems like it's a really cool venue for dry tooling and a super cool place.
Yeah, it's really amazing. You can, yeah, there is this wall, and then inside like the huge climbing wall, and so you can like just climb the day after, and yeah, really cool.
So is this you done for the day, or are you going to be doing some acrobatics around the bar later?
No, not this time.
We'll have to wait for SAS for that, will we?
Yeah, maybe.
So what's next for you? Are you going to be on the European Tour, the World Tour? Which events are you going to?
So no, I'm not going to be in the European Cup Tour, just the World Cup. Yeah, just World Cup season.
Fantastic. So we look forward to seeing you in China. Once again, congratulations. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
So to everyone who has been watching, what an amazing spectacle for the last 2 hours we've been having here. The women's and the men's final on this first stop here in Bern on the European Tour. It's been an incredible evening, and we hope you tune in for the next event, which is next weekend. It's not going to be a live stream, but that's the next tour will be in the Czech Republic. And of course, I will be live in China at the beginning of January, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.